So I've mentioned before how you can find keyboard shortcuts by looking in the menu bar at the menus and then looking at the menu item and seeing the combination to the right. For instance, Command N for a new Finder window, Shift Command N for a new folder. But what happens when there is no keyboard shortcut, or perhaps you want to change the keyboard shortcut you see there? An example would be in Safari. There's a very useful Show Start Page where you can just go back to the Start page and you could select Bookmarks, Show Start Page to go there. There's no keyboard shortcut for that. If you want to add one, there's a way. The first thing you need to do is note the exact name of the menu item. In this case, Show Start Page. 3 separate words. It doesn't matter the name of the menu. So Bookmarks doesn't matter. Only Show Start Page. You want to make sure you get the spelling perfect. If it includes something like 3 dots after the last word, you want to note that as well. Now, to add a shortcut for that, you would go to System Settings. So from System Settings, you're going to want to go down and look for Keyboard. And then from Keyboard, go to Keyboard Shortcuts. It's a button right here. Now you're going to see a list of different categories. For instance, Launchpad and Dock. And it's going to show you keyboard shortcuts. These are system-wide keyboard shortcuts. They don't pertain to an app but the whole system. So hiding the dock on and off is Option Command D. Notice how you can disable that keyboard shortcut if you don't want to use it. Show Launchpad doesn't have anything applied. So there's a place for that and you can click there and do something like Control Option Command Space like that. And now we can enable it. And now we can use Control Option Command Space to bring up Launchpad. And we could disable that very easily. So there are various different keyboard shortcuts that map to system functions and you can go through all the categories. If you go to App Shortcuts, this is where you can add your own custom ones. So I can open this up and see that Show Help menu is Shift Command / or Shift ? And I can add others with the plus button here. So the first thing it asks you for is the application. We want this to work in Safari, so I'm going to click here and go down to Safari and say I want a custom keyboard shortcut for Safari. What's the menu title? Well, remember the exact title was Show Start Page. And what's the keyboard shortcut going to be? I'm going to click right here and I'm going to set that. So let's have this be something like Shift Option Command S. And then Done. And it'll appear there. And then we'll hit Done. Now let's switch back to Safari and go back to the Bookmarks menu. This is where Show Start Page is. And notice now it puts the keyboard shortcut there for us. So we know it's worked because it has applied this to this menu. If we say mistyped the name of this menu item, we wouldn't see it there at all. And now we can use this keyboard shortcut instead of going to the menu. You can use this also to replace a keyboard shortcut. So for instance, if you wanted something different than Command D for Add Bookmark, you could do exactly the same thing I did for Show Start Page, doing Add Bookmark ... afterwards, making sure it's exact, and apply something different like Shift Option Command D. Maybe you want to do that because you find you accidentally trigger Command D too often. Or maybe that's similar to how it works in another app, so you want to make it work like that. And it would change the keyboard shortcut for us by simply customizing it to something else. So back here in System Settings and Keyboard Shortcuts, this is where we find all of this. If we want to remove one of these, we can easily. I can select this here and then click the minus button and it goes away. And that's how you can add custom keyboard shortcuts for just about anything in any app.